Alrighty guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to cover 5 ways to make dieting suck just a little bit less. And the reason I say that is because I know it's hard. I know the whole weight loss journey is hard. It's not only hard physically. You may get tired, you may get hungry, you may be stressed, but it's tough mentally. It's mentally taxing. You have to put forth mental energy to succeed at a weight loss journey. If there's one thing I've seen from coaching thousands of individuals by this point, it takes a lot of mental energy from you, whether it's from you having to stay on track because your kids got sick and you can't go to the gym, or whether it's because you had to stay late at work and you can't eat your normal lunch, or life happens. But if you follow these 5 things, it will make dieting just a little bit easier. So let's cover one by one how to exactly do that. The number one thing I can tell you when making dieting suck just a tad bit less and being able to stick to your diet, stop cutting out your favorite foods. Let me put it to you like this. When you tell your son or your daughter, when you go into the store, don't touch anything, the first thing they do is want to touch everything in the store, right? You're doing the same thing with your diet. When you label these foods good or bad, or when you label foods you cannot have them or they're off limits, that is, you're going to hate your life. You're going to hate your journey. And that's an important part, because if you hate the journey, if you hate dieting because you can't have your favorite foods, I don't care what short-term results you see, you're not going to be able to maintain those results long-term. And that's because, something I always come back to, whatever you do to get the results is going to be the same thing you have to keep doing to sustain the results. So if you cut out your favorite foods because you think you have to lose weight, and maybe you do lose some weight, that weight is always going to come right back, because you cannot sustainably cut out your favorite foods for the rest of your life. You enjoy them, you like the taste, it's a social thing. You do not have to cut out your favorite foods when you go on a diet. On top of that, it's just not necessary. You can still lose weight and eat chips. You can still lose weight and eat chocolate. You can still lose weight and eat cheeseburgers. As long as you are in a calorie deficit, you will lose weight, no matter what foods you have. Now, with that being said, should your whole diet be cheeseburgers and chips and chocolate? No, probably not. A good place to start is have 80% of your foods coming from nutrient-dense whole foods. What I tell people is, if it flew in the sky, if it swam in the ocean, if it roamed the earth, or if it grew from the ground, make that 80% of your diet. The other 20% can come from foods you enjoy, can come from chips, can come from chocolate, can come from some sweets. It's not the end of the world. And again, as long as you are in a calorie deficit, you are going to lose weight even still eating those foods. I guarantee you, all of my clients do it, and all of my clients will forever do it, because this is about sustainability. If you hate what you're doing, you're not going to be able to follow it. If you don't follow it, you're not going to be able to see results. So please, stop cutting out your favorite foods. You do not have to do that. There are no good or bad foods. Here's one analogy I want to tell you. Think of yourself as a 2-liter can of soda. When you tell yourself, no, I can't have that food, you shake that 2-liter can of soda up. When you tell yourself, no, I'm not allowed to have that food, you shake it up even more. You keep shaking the soda can up because you think you're not allowed to have these foods. What happens when you eventually have these foods? You open the soda can and it fucking explodes. It explodes. Because you kept shaking up. Whereas if you would have just had the chips, or had the pizza, or had whatever it was in moderation, you would have slowly opened the soda can, let some fizz out, close it back up. You would have had the chips, slowly opened it, let some out, close it back up. Stop doing that to yourself. You're driving yourself crazy. Do not cut out your favorite foods. I promise you, it will make dieting suck just a tad bit less. The next one is going to be find foods that are filling. And what do I mean by this? One of the main things that people run into on their diet is they get hungry. Because, and let me say this, some hunger is going to be normal on your diet. Because when you take in less calories than what your body burns, aka being in a calorie deficit, some hunger is going to be normal, because you're taking in less calories than what your body's putting out. Some hunger is going to be okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, this should be anywhere from a 2 to a 5, 6 at the absolute max, but 2 to 5. You shouldn't be starving yourself. No, that's not smart. And if you're doing that, something's wrong. But some hunger is going to be normal. With that being said, there are so many things you can do to kind of mitigate this hunger that are going to help you in your journey. Because again, if you're always hungry, you're probably always gonna be hungry and tired. If you're always hungry and tired, you're not gonna enjoy the process. Dieting is going to suck. You're not gonna keep it up and you're gonna fall off because you're not enjoying the process. What you're doing is not good, fun, or sustainable. So what can you do? Find foods that are filling. The very first thing I'm gonna say is your diet should be very high in protein. Why is this? I've done a few videos on protein, but protein is the most satiating nutrient. What does that mean? It keeps you fullest the longest. So if you have a diet that's high in protein, you are going to be much fuller throughout the day. Fun fact here as well, every cell in your body requires protein to be used for it. When your body is craving carbs, you're actually just craving protein because your body needs that protein to do the cell processes, and there's so many cells inside your body, it needs protein to perform those functions. But it needs a quick source of protein because it needs a quick source of fuel, because you're not giving it the protein. So what does it do? Normally that tells your body, oh, get something quick. What is quick? Sugar and carbs. So if you just would have had protein, a diet high in protein, you will not get those cravings as much, which is going to lead to you eating less calories, which is going to help your weight loss journey overall, because if you're in a calorie deficit, you will lose weight. So find high filling foods. I want to put 10 foods on the board here right now. So I told you I was going to put 10 foods that are filling here. Let's go over them. Number one is going to be Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is filling because it has a high protein count. Again, like I talked about earlier, high protein, going to leave you full. It's also very low in calories. So all these foods are going to be filling but low in calories as well, okay? So number two, spinach. I'm telling you, have 3 cups of spinach, either with a salad or with your eggs or something along those lines. You're not going to be very hungry afterwards, I promise you. This is because it gives you a lot of food volume for not that many calories. Like 3-4 cups of spinach is going to fill your stomach up, but there's not that many calories, if really any, in 3 or 4 cups of spinach. So that's why I can fill you up. Number 3 is going to be eggs. This is because it has protein as well as healthy fats. And so these two things combined are going to fill you up for a long period of time. Also as well, eggs are high in choline, high in a few different vitamins and minerals that can just satisfy your body. So eggs are going to be helpful. Next one is going to be oatmeal. This is because it's a slow digesting carb and because it has some fiber. So those two things mixed together can certainly fill you up for a long period of time. That's why so many people have oatmeal in the morning. It keeps them full throughout the day, throughout the morning. So that's why. Strawberries is a great one because for a whole pound of strawberries, it's only 160 calories for a whole pound. So again, you get a lot of food volume for not that many calories. Going to the next one, same thing as watermelon up here. Watermelon, for a whole pound of watermelon, it's 140 calories. Again, crazy. You can keep high food volume, so get a lot of food and you eat a lot of food, but not that many calories, which is gonna help you with your calorie deficit, okay? Next one's gonna be cottage cheese. Very similar to the Greek yogurt here. High in protein, low calories, gonna fill you up. Next one is going to be popcorn, which may surprise some people, but normally, and not with all the butter, not with all the added extras to it, but actually popcorn is good because it's high in fiber and not that high in calories. So again, you can get the food from it, you can get the calories and the fiber, but again, it's not going to overdo you on your calorie limit. So just make sure you don't put all the butter and stuff on it. Next one is going to be protein shakes, and again, going back to the protein, high protein is going to help you stay full throughout the day. Also, as well, if you use, if you use water or almond milk or something, that's also added fluid into your body, which is going to help you with that hunger sensation if you fill your body up with some type of water or some type of liquid. Okay, so, and the last one's going to be potatoes. These are just filling as heck. Some fiber in them, but like I'm telling you, go eat a whole potato. You're not going to be hungry afterwards, I promise you. It's like this crazy thing. So these are 10 filling foods. Back to the video. Alrighty, back to the video. So like I said, filling foods. One quick note on protein. I want to tell you, for protein, try to do this equation to get your amount of protein you're going to eat throughout a day, okay? So take your body weight, convert it to pounds if you have to. This is in pounds. Take your body weight times 0.7 to 1, anywhere in between that range. Body weight times 0.7 to 1. This is going to give you how many grams of protein you're going to eat throughout the day, okay? So just for a quick example, if you weigh 150, 150 times 1 is going to be 150. So that'll be on the higher end of protein, right? So use that equation to find out how much protein you should eat in a day, okay? Next one is going to be kind of going back to number 1, but stop eating 800 calories a day. That's fucking stupid. Please don't do that because, again, it's not sustainable. You may be able to do it for 1, 2, or 3 days, but then what's going to happen on Thursday or Friday or Saturday or Sunday when the weekend rolls around, or when you just get absolutely starving because you're going so low in calories? You're going to go over your calories. What is that going to do? You're going to think you fucked up and you're going to binge. That helps nobody. That is not a long-term sustainable process. On top of that, it's going to suck eating 800 calories or 1,000 calories. It's not going to be fun. You're going to be hungry. You're not going to eat your foods. You're going to have to cut out so many different food groups. It's not going to be fun. Stop going so low in calories. Again, like I said, you may be able to do it for 1, 2, or 3 days, and you're doing it because you think you're going to lose weight faster. But let me throw this at you. If you keep doing this, you're on 1,000 calories for 4 days, and then you binge on the weekends. Okay, I'm going to restart. 1,000 calories for 4 days, binge on the weekends. And you do this cycle over and over and over and over again, you're never actually going to lose and keep off any weight at all. Whereas if you would have just stuck with 1,700 calories, which is more moderate, more sustainable, the short term may be slower, but the long term you're going to lose the weight and keep it off because you won't keep starting and restarting, falling off, falling on, getting back on, falling off. You're just going to stick to your deficit. You're going to stick to your diet. You're just going to keep rocking it out because you're not going so high in calorie count. You're not going so low in calorie count. Slow down. Stop trying to go so low in calories. Stop trying to lose the weight the fastest you possibly can. I tell everybody, the faster you lose the weight, the faster it's going to come back on. The things you are doing to lose the weight as fast as you possibly can are not sustainable. So if they are not sustainable, you are not going to keep those results because once you stop doing said diet, you're going to gain all the weight back. So please stop chasing speed and start chasing sustainability. Next one. All right, the next one I stole from my man Jordan Syatt, who is the GOAT, the legend Jordan Syatt. But he talks about this, and I've done it with pretty much all of my clients, and they absolutely love it. Have one big ass salad a day. Okay, and I was going to include that in the filling foods, but this is a whole separate thing in itself because when you have one big ass salad a day, again, you're going to get a lot of food volume. You're going to get a lot of food volume, which is going to fill up your stomach. You're not going to have that many calories because a big ass salad, depending what you put in it, is not that many calories. And I will say this doesn't have to be a plain spinach and chicken salad. Like you can put things in your salad to make it good. You can put, I don't know, you can put avocado, you can put croutons, you can put things in it that you enjoy, obviously staying within your calorie limit, but having one big ass salad a day does two things. One, like I just said, it's gonna give you high food volume for not that many calories, so you're going to get full when you eat it, but not go over your calorie limit. But also two, it takes away some of that mental energy. Like I talked about earlier, it takes away some of the, what am I gonna eat? Or what can I eat? Or having to plan out your meals. If you have one big ass salad a day, you know that no matter what, one of those meals is gonna be a big ass salad. And maybe that's for lunch. Okay, cool, well, breakfast I always have my shake and my toast. Cool, now breakfast and lunch are already taken care of because you know what you're eating. Cool, just figure out what's for dinner and figure out your snacks. Like, it takes away some of the mental energy. You don't have to think about it so much because a lot of this dieting is mental energy you have to put forth. So if you can take away some of that while still helping your cause by eating a low calorie, a high filling, low calorie food for a meal, it's gonna help you that much more. So one big ass salad every single day. Doesn't have to be a boring salad. Put what you like in it. Make sure it's in your calorie deficit. And let's move on to the last point. Alrighty guys, we're at the last point. This is simply have a plan. And I know this may seem like, well, duh, but again, I can't tell you how many people come to me and ask me questions and concerns, which I love answering, but no, you don't have a plan. How can you, it's like trying, I live in Virginia. It's like me trying to go to Miami, but not having a roadmap, not having Waze, not having anything to actually get me there. You want to lose 50 pounds? That's amazing. I love that you want to lose your weight and get healthy. How are you going to get there? What workouts are you going to do? What diet are you going to do? How many calories are you going to eat? How much is your protein? What foods keep you full? What happens when you go on vacation? What happens, are you going to do a 3-time-a-week program or a 4-time-a-week workout program? What are those workouts going to look like? Start figuring out a plan. Get your ducks in a row. Get a plan because having the goal is amazing. That shows you're motivated. I love that. But you have to have step-by-step goals to get to that eventual goal. Nobody climbs Mount Everest in one try. You train, you climb a little bit, take a break, climb a little bit, take a break, climb a little bit, take a break. There's not just this one goal and you go and do it. You have to have Small, actionable goals to get to that point. And on top of that, you have this big goal, which is great, but that can be very daunting. Like, how am I supposed to lose 50? How am I supposed to lose 100 pounds? Like, going through the day by day, like, I've only lost 2 of 100 pounds. Like, what am I doing here? Having these small, actionable goals you can check off every single day is going to make you feel good. It's going to build self-confidence. It's going to make you feel like you can do this. Because again, I know it can be daunting. But if you have these goals day by day by day where you can check it off, where you can make sure you do your workouts, know what your workouts are going to be like, know how many calories you're supposed to eat, make sure day by day you're hitting these goals, that's going to help you that much more. So please have a roadmap, have a plan for what your diet, what your journey is going to include. You have to have a roadmap to get to your end goal. Don't just have the end goal. And with that, I'll say if you want help, if you need help, feel free to comment below. Feel free to shoot me an email here. Feel free to also, if you are interested in possibly coaching together, I'm going to put my link for one-on-one coaching in the bio in the description here below. So feel free to head there, possibly fill the form out, see if we may be a good fit for coaching. But beyond that, guys, 5 ways to make dieting suck just a bit less. I hope they helped. Let me know if they do.